I am Thales of Miletus, born around 624 BC in the ancient city of Miletus, located on the western coast of Asia Minor. The air of the Aegean Sea has always inspired me, infusing my thoughts with the wonder of nature. I grew up in a time when myth and religion dominated the understanding of the world. However, even as a child, I felt an innate curiosity about the natural phenomena that surrounded me. From a young age, I was captivated by the world around me. I spent my days observing the stars, the weather, and the changing seasons, seeking to understand the underlying principles governing nature. As a boy, I had the privilege of studying under the tutelage of the wise sages of my time. I traveled to Egypt and Babylon, where I learned from the priests and astronomers, absorbing their knowledge of mathematics and geometry. This education would later shape my philosophical inquiries. In Egypt, I encountered the wonders of mathematics, learning how to measure land and understand geometry. The ability to derive knowledge through reasoning, rather than mere observation, deeply influenced my thinking. I also studied astronomy, charting the stars and planets, and began to appreciate the order and harmony of the cosmos. Upon returning to Miletus, I began to reflect on the nature of reality. It was then that I proposed my first great philosophical idea, that water is the fundamental principle, arche, of all things. While many around me clung to myths and deities to explain the world, I sought a rational explanation. I observed that water exists in various forms, liquid, solid, and vapor, transitioning seamlessly from one state to another. This fluidity seemed to me a perfect metaphor for the nature of existence itself. I argued that everything is derived from water and that it is the source of all life. My assertion was revolutionary. I shifted the paradigm from mythological explanations to a more scientific approach, laying the groundwork for future philosophers to explore the nature of existence. In doing so, I became known as one of the first pre-Socratic philosophers, earning the title of the father of Western philosophy. While my philosophical ideas laid the foundation for future thought, my contributions extended beyond philosophy into mathematics and astronomy. I am credited with several mathematical discoveries that were groundbreaking in my time. For instance, I was one of the first to use geometry to solve practical problems. I established the concept that a circle is bisected by its diameter, which allowed for a more profound understanding of geometric properties. I also discovered that the area of a triangle is equal to half the base multiplied by the height, a principle that remains fundamental in geometry today. I was known to have used my knowledge of geometry to measure the heights of pyramids in Egypt by using the length of their shadows during the solstice. My understanding of angles and proportions was remarkable for my era. In astronomy, I predicted a solar eclipse that occurred in 585 BC, a feat that astounded many. It was a significant moment in history, as it marked one of the earliest known instances of the application of scientific reasoning to predict natural phenomena. My ability to connect celestial events with earthly matters reinforced my reputation as a thinker who transcended the boundaries of his time. In addition to my scientific and philosophical pursuits, I was also involved in the political life of Miletus. I believed in the importance of civic duty and the well-being of my city. During my lifetime, Miletus faced challenges, particularly from neighboring powers. I advised my fellow citizens on matters of governance and public policy, advocating for democracy and the welfare of the populace. My commitment to Miletus extended beyond mere politics. I believed that knowledge should be shared and applied for the betterment of society. I established a school in Miletus, where I taught students the principles of philosophy, mathematics, and science. My teachings attracted many followers, and I took pride in nurturing the minds of the next generation. Throughout my life, I sought to understand the essence of existence, the nature of reality, and the laws governing the universe. My work laid the groundwork for future philosophers such as Anaximander and Anaximenes, who built upon my ideas and expanded the boundaries of philosophical thought. As I reflect on my life, I recognize that my greatest achievement lies not only in my discoveries, but in the spirit of inquiry I inspired. I encouraged others to question, to seek answers, and to embrace the pursuit of knowledge. This legacy continues to resonate throughout history, influencing countless thinkers, scientists, and philosophers. In my later years, I continued my studies, exploring the mysteries of the universe. I traveled, sharing my knowledge and engaging with scholars from various cities. Despite my advancements in understanding, I remained humble, acknowledging that the pursuit of wisdom is an endless journey. I spent my final years in Miletus, surrounded by students and followers who sought my guidance. I often reminded them that wisdom is not merely the accumulation of knowledge, but the understanding of one's place in the cosmos. As I aged, I also turned my thoughts to the nature of the divine. I began to see the interconnections between all things, understanding that while I had proposed water as the fundamental principle, the universe is a complex web of relationships and forces. When my time came, I passed away peacefully, knowing that I had contributed to the tapestry of human knowledge. My ideas, once seeds planted in the fertile soil of Miletus, had grown into a flourishing garden of thought that would nourish generations to come. In the grand tapestry of human history, I, Thales of Miletus, hold a humble yet significant place. My journey from a curious boy to a foundational thinker is a testament to the power of inquiry and the importance of understanding the world around us. I have become more than a mere name. I am a symbol of the human spirit's relentless pursuit of knowledge and truth. As the centuries pass, I hope my legacy inspires others to question the world, seek knowledge, and understand that every thought is a step toward wisdom. In this endeavor, I find solace, knowing that I have played a part in illuminating the path for those who come after me.